life. It could help them protect their friends, their family, their finances by learning one simple little tip. And I don't know, I have like 50 things here. So let's look at Ryan Seacrest here. I don't know if you remember this from last year, so let's go over it briefly. All right, last year, just before the Oscars came out, I just pulled this from a website called Inquisitor. Recently, someone that worked as a wardrobe stylist, this was last year, 2017, for me, nearly a decade ago at E! News, came forward with a complaint suggesting I behaved inappropriately towards her. This is Ryan Seacrest saying this himself. He said this, described by the rep. If I made her feel anything but respected, I am truly sorry. I dispute this reckless allegations, and I plan to cooperate with any corporate inquiries that may result, he continued. He parted ways with E! back in 2006. All right, this is very interesting because at the Oscars last year, some of the heavy-hitting celebrities did not go and chat with Ryan Seacrest. Let me move over here. Who were those people that certainly didn't chat with Ryan Seacrest? All 5 women. So here, Inside Edition published this back on March 5th, 2018. All 5 women nominated for Best Leading Actresses at the Oscars went right past Ryan Seacrest. This is where the hashtag #MeToo was like really booming. It was taking on, rocket-sized velocity, this massive energy. The host has been the center of controversy amid claims of sexual misconduct by his former stylist. Seacrest has denied the allegations. All right. This is really disheartening. I got to tell you, there was one celebrity that gave Ryan Seacrest not only an interview, but a big giant hug. I wonder if you can guess who it is. A singer who I love, super 80s, and I love her in 90s. And I think this is where us women in particular really got on the bandwagon, and anytime there was a charge brought up, we just automatically assumed it was 100% real because of the whole Harvey Weinstein stuff. And then, Matt Lauer came out, that whole big mess. And sadly, I do believe people were jumping on the bandwagon. And I'm not sure if this woman was sexually harassed by Ryan Seacrest or not. Evidently, it was supposedly happened 10 years prior to her bringing it up. Maybe it was legit. I don't know. How about, we give her the benefit of the doubt. I did not see an interview with Ryan Seacrest where he talked about it, where I could analyze whether he was being honest or there were deceptive spots. I also did not see an interview of her. I want to skip past this because the reason I'm highlighting this from last year, where they have the the E! show that Ryan does, walking the red carpet, their viewership went down 35% from 2017 to 2018. So E! Walk the Red Carpet went down 35% last year in 2018. I believe that probably had to do with this Ryan Seacrest incident that just broke shortly before. Now what happened this year? If I were Ryan Seacrest, I might be on high alert to make sure I'm like overly cautious with the way that I greet people. And I think that may have happened with Ryan himself. See if you noticed what I'm about to show you. All right, this was over the last couple of years. So we see Ryan Seacrest here with Dakota Johnson. He's shaking her hand. So we shake off to the top left. I'd like you to look at the top left here. They're shaking hands. If we go over to the right, we see Ms. Chopra right here. Again, another handshake from Ryan Seacrest. This was back in 2016. Let's go down to the left here. Now look at this handshake. It's another handshake that we see happening right here. And then over to the right, Mary J. Blige, yes! In 2018, not only does she go walk the red carpet at the Oscars, what does she do? She gives a big hug to Ryan Seacrest at the end. And look at this genuine smile that she has on her face, just giving him some love. I think that's really cool that we're able to see that. And what are you pointing to? No, that's a different clip. That's not in here. Sorry. My special guest is chiming in on a graphic. He's high in what's called investigating. So he's doing a little investigating. I got to shut it down. That was a clip that I did not show. This is Mary J. Blige. All right, everybody. What's next? Look at this. All right. This is Lady Gaga, right? So this is Lady Gaga this year. And she comes in after chatting. This was over at the Golden Globes. Lady Gaga goes in, gives Ryan Seacrest a big hug, and has great rapport with Ryan Seacrest. Excellent rapport. This is this year. Now let's go over to just this week. this past week, what was it, Saturday night, we saw the Oscars. And here's what happens at the Oscars. We see Ryan Seacrest hugging a couple people, shaking some people's hands. And while I was watching it, I'm like, what's this? I've never seen this before. He started touching people's wrists. He was touching people's wrist. Let me give you a tip at home. Never touch someone's wrist. Who holds us by our wrist? Our mothers and fathers and grandparents when we're in trouble. Get over here, young lady. Get over here, young man. And this wrist hold is just really awkward. If I were to talk to Ryan, I would say, what was going on in his head? Was he thinking? How much real estate was he giving to the 2018 Oscars, and how the top female, Oscar nominated women skipped him? I don't know. Here he slides down, he slid down the arm in the picture on the left. So this started, if you had seen, slid down to here and stopped at the wrist as he's saying goodbye. Over here, look what happened, another wrist grab. And then this wrist grab starts as a wrist grab, then goes to a handhold, which I don't think Jennifer Hudson was all that comfortable with, because here's the grabbing of the wrist right here, goes into a handhold. And keep in mind, Jennifer Hudson became super famous from how? American Idol. And who was the host then? Ryan Seacrest. They have a great rapport while they're talking. However, how Jennifer Hudson responds after this little handheld wrist grab combo leads me to believe, I wonder what's going on in her thought process. If I had to ask her a question, I'd be like, how do you feel about Ryan Seacrest? What's your relationship with him? Look what she does. As soon as he slides down from that wrist grab to holding her hand just for a couple seconds, she then blocks her body. She takes her left hand into her right hand and holds it in front of her body. Here's smoking hot, hubba, drop dead gorgeous Jennifer Hudson in this smoking red dress, super confident, open in the picture on the left, gets the hand wrist grab hold, and not aggressively. Ryan, he's not being aggressive. I almost feel like it's like he doesn't know what to do. Like, can I hug? Can I embrace? Can I hold their hand? It's just awkward. It was just awkward. I don't think it's a controlling move. I could be wrong. It just seemed awkward to me. It wouldn't surprise me if I had seen this and you showed me it. I'd say, well, tell me what happened before. Tell me what happened an hour before, a day before, or the year before, because it just seems awkward. It's not his typical charismatic, friendly demeanor. This is blurry. You may remember this, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was just recently separated from Jen Aniston, and they were promoting the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I talked about this particular video on History Channel documentary called The Secrets of Body Language. Now, here's what I want you to know. Every now and then that re-airs, and it re-airs nonstop, like 5 times a day, nonstop for about 6 weeks. And my ears begin to bleed because I'm the first person speaking, and I'm saying in the whole documentary, I'm saying with my dorky hair, by the way, I think you're going to see me in a second. I say 93% of what we communicate with others is nonverbal. Only 7% of the words matter. This is not true. This is what I was taught at federal government when I worked there, and it was later proven that it is inaccurate. This study was the most misquoted study, I think, with regard to body language. Albert Mehrabian did this study. It was a very specific, limited study. When I wrote my book, You Say More Than You Think, I contacted Dr. Albert Mehrabian regarding this study. I wanted to know more about his research, and he wrote back, or someone on his team wrote back, basically, hands down, most misquoted study. I think for a little while, Dr. Albert Mehrabian had on his website, stop misquoting my study. If you have heard this study, it is wrong. Come on, text messages, email, Facebook. If 93% of what we communicate is body language, how are we all communicating then with all these words? Words are important, if not more important, when it comes to detecting deception. Let's watch Angelina Jolie. Check this guy out.
Rookie politicians aren't the only ones to give themselves away. Even the masters can get exposed. Take this promotional appearance in 2005 by actors Angelina Jolie and the recently separated Brad Pitt.
Thank you guys.
Did you see it?
When it came to the premiere of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Angelina Jolie,
Why's my voice so
body
weird
language
here?
was screaming to me, there's more to the story here.
That's me, Dork
The
Central,
press
that
had been full
hair.
of
I don't know what I was
speculation about
thinking.
whether Pitt and Jolie were having a secret romance.
Just before they run the film, Brad Pitt says a couple more cute little things, and Angelina Jolie
Look at my
becomes
right lip
Princess
goes up.
Diana.
I
You
didn't
know,
know that.
the whole looking down. She looks up at Brad Pitt, and she looks back down, like, take care of me. It is a massive flirting technique. It, for me, was the crucial point that said, there's something more to the story here.
We're really excited by it. We know you're gonna like it.
Look at this.
It's great fun. And
Instead of just being a chum and a pal, why does she have this little girl flirting thing going on?
we know you're gonna
Just a few months later, Pitt and Jolie became an official item.
Yeah, we know all about this story, and we know how this story has ended up so far. I don't think this story is over yet. All right, guess who's coming up? Who do you think? Na 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 na.
Rookie politicians aren't the only ones to give themselves away. Even the masters can get exposed.
All right, we're getting out of there.
Recently,
Bye, Angelina.
Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling.
How awesome was this performance? Yeah, I love it. I've watched it 7,000 times, and not just to prepare for this. What are you noticing here? Look at their body language. I'm going to hang out in the middle. Tell me, what do you notice body language-wise? Look at him. Look at her. I'm going to play this a couple times. What do you notice?
Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times.
Do you notice it? What are you noticing? Anything? My special guest is trying to peek in and see what he can see. He's like, what is it? What is she talking about? All right, let's see. I want you to notice, when does Lady Gaga, incidentally, who I love big time, when does she nod her head? I don't know where to put me. I'll put me over here. When does she nod her head? Yes. Watch this. I put the circle around it. Watch her nod her head. Yes, here. Watch this, everybody. Here it comes. Here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for it. Stand by. Boom. You see this? She does this tiny little head nod. Yes. Here it comes. Watch. Stand by. See it? Watch. Watch this. Chin is up. There it is. Three little nods. Three little nods. The subtlety here. Now, a couple things are happening here. She's either at this point of the song saying, yeah, this is happening for me right now. Or she could be saying what? You're doing good, Bradley. You're doing good. I mean, this was practiced and rehearsed numerous times. They practiced every single step. None of this was just in the moment where they, put their heads together and he walks over to her and puts his arm around her. I mean, this was practiced numerous times. And he's not a singer, right? Like, he's not known as a traditional singer. And here he is in front of a live audience. So I want you to think about an actor's job. An actor is not acting and playing all these roles in front of a live audience. Not only a live audience here at the Oscars in 2019, but millions and potentially multi-millions around the world tuning in live while it's happening, and later by watching on YouTube or here on social media on Facebook. So think about it. Lady Gaga could be like, you're doing it good. We're almost done. We're almost done here. Okay. Where do you think she nods her head? Yes. Let's see if you can spot it. I'll leave the circle around, and I'm going to move me out of the way once again. See if you can see where she nods her head. Yes. Oh, I took the circle away. I thought I was going to leave that circle up. Ready? I'm falling. Watch. Listen. Watch this. I'm falling. So watch. Just before it fades, I'm falling. Watch. I'm falling. Look. So when he says, I'm falling. Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. There. There. Do you see it? This is the beauty of body language. Sometimes these moves are so subtle. If I was going to interview Lady Gaga, I'd ask her about that head nod. But here's the deal. If you're wondering if she's falling for Bradley Cooper and if she has chemistry, you don't have to listen to a human lie detector here at Celebrity Lie Detector live on Facebook Live every Wednesday at 10 o'clock, because she told us. She literally said over and over and over in every single talk show, who asked any talk show host that said, did you have chemistry? What did she say? Do you remember what she said? She said, yeah, we had instant chemistry. He walked in my front door and immediately I was like, you hungry? Or he said he was hungry. And she's like, let me make food. And she heats up some leftovers and there's both Italian and they're eating leftovers. And there was instant chemistry. Then he sang and she's like, oh my gosh, Bradley, you can sing. There was instant chemistry. She unapologizes. She tells all of us that she has chemistry with Brad Cooper. So I don't know why people are wondering, do you think they have chemistry or not? They have chemistry. She certainly does. Now we'll explore what I think about, do I think anything's going to happen with this couple anytime soon or not? Watch this.
Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling.
Here's the nod. There's the nod. One last time. Oh, this song was amazing. This performance was amazing. Didn't it blow your mind, everybody? If you loved this performance, leave a comment here below on Facebook Live. All right. Who am I going to compare this to? This guy? We're back to Roger Clemens. Oh my gosh, it's like the one time my client put me in this Mac Daddy hotel in the Westin in Boston. There was a presidential suite. It looked like my office here. It had like a huge table and had 2 bedrooms. It was amazing. It was huge. It had a piano in it. And I remember calling for room service. When I called for room service, I asked the woman, who was very friendly, I said, hey, if any famous people stayed in this presidential suite, it was a quarter of a top floor of the building in Boston, at the Westin. I go, have any celebrities stayed in here? And she said, yeah, a month ago, Richard Gere was in your same exact room. I was like, what? Richard Gere? So I started thinking, I even said to her, I go, oh my gosh. So Richard Gere probably slept in my bed, which is the king size bed. And he probably took a shower in the same shower that I'm going to take a shower in. So I'm like imagining like this mad love affair mentally in my head with Richard Gere. And without skipping a beat, the woman on the other end of the phone, had you been listening in, you would have heard her say, and Hillary Clinton was there 2 weeks ago. I don't care what your political preferences are, if you love Hillary Clinton or you hate her, but you don't want to imagine being naked in a shower with Hillary Clinton. Am I right? Or snuggling up with like Richard Gere's, like in the front of you, and really Hillary Clinton's got her leg over your body, snuggling, breathing on the back of your neck. No. I yelled at the woman, I go, you just ruined the Richard Gere fantasy. So now when I literally felt dirty in the shower. I was like, I do not even want to be in the shower. I was imagining Hillary Clinton naked and Richard Gere. It's just Janine Driver, the human lie detector here. It's celebrity lie detector, not a visual that you probably even want to have for yourself. Why do I tell you this? Because I just went from Bradley Cooper, who is amazing, and I love him, to the amazing, who I love, Lady Gaga, just extraordinary. I have so much respect for both of these people, just so much respect. And now I'm bringing back in Roger Clemens. Yeah, I am. Welcome to your worst nightmare. It is you with Bradley Cooper, with Lady Gaga, and this guy, Roger Clemens. Imagine you all snuggling in a bed together, because here's what's going to happen. Roger Clemens is going to do this head nod. I want to show you what head nodding, very subtly, like we see Lady Gaga doing in that clip I showed you. I want to show you what head nodding looks like very subtly when I believe he's telling a lie here. Now, he could be nodding yes, simply about, yep, that's what he said. That was the statement that Brian McNamee, his former trainer, that's the statement he said. I've heard that statement before. We don't know with 100% certainty that this head nod means, oh yeah, I did it. But if I was a betting girl, which I'm not, I would bet this guy was lying. And I think it came out that he was lying. So watch this subtle head nod when we hear.
McNamee injected Clemens approximately 4 times in the buttocks over a several-week period with needles that Clemens
Watch
provided.
The head nodding. Watch,
each incident took place in Clemens' apartment.
It never happened. Never happened. And if I have these needles and these steroids and all these drugs, where did I get them? Where's the person that gave them to me? Please come forward.
Oh, this guy's such a peach. Oh, he's such a peach. I got to give you a disclaimer. I don't like Roger Clemens. So I'm probably not the best person to analyze him. I don't like him because my brother-in-law, Mike Horgan, saw Roger Clemens once. Roger Clemens used to play for the Red Sox in Boston. And my brother-in-law saw him. He was a little teeny kid, saw him in a car going down the street. And Mike, my brother-in-law, ran after the car and said, Roger Clemens, and tried to say hi. And Roger Clemens looked at him, looked away, and just rolled up the window and didn't say hi. So I don't like Roger Clemens. I'm going to put that out there. Here's the deal, though. This is like the hat trick of deception happening. He's nodding his head yes when you're hearing what he has to say. And then what do we have? He then says, what was his language? Did he say absolutely not?
It never happened.
Oh, it never happened. Because you may notice Roger Clemens is on TV, I'd like you to consider that when we hear people on TV saying someone else is not telling the truth, find videos where these celebrities say they're lying. Blah, blah, blah is lying. You never see this. If you can find it, find it. Show me celebrities that say blah, blah, blah is lying. He's lying. Brian McNamee is a liar. He is a liar. We did see this with Chris Christie. I don't want to go deep on this, but Chris Christie did say with regard to the bridge closing way back when, remember this a couple of years ago in New Jersey, he said, I asked my team, were you involved with this? Did you do this? And I went to my PR person and this person and this person. Did you do this? And they lied to me. They are liars. It's the only time we heard someone flat out on TV call someone a liar. I've not seen any other celebrity, politician, athlete, business person. I just haven't seen politician. I haven't seen it. If you see it with someone who we think is a notorious liar and you hear them call someone a liar on TV, please send me a private message. I'll get you a celebrity lie detector in training coat if you can find that for me. And then the hat trick
Never
move.
happened. And if I have these needles.
If I have these needles, first of all, if we can get rid of the word if, and he says, well, I have these needles. He's trying to get us to prove the case here. We've seen this with other cases, even with murder. Fine, if I killed the child, tell me steps 1 through 10 how I did it. Tell me, this is trying to get us to solve the case. It's overselling. It's just overselling. Truthful people don't do that. Hey, Janine, did you kill your librarian when you were in 6th grade? No. And if you have any proof, that if you ever saw me with a gun, who gave me the gun? Who gave me the gun to kill the librarian when I was in 6th grade? Come forward. The person who gave me the gun. It's a little too heavy here. It's a little too heavy on the denial. Roger. Let's watch it again.
These steroids and all these drugs.
For a several-week period, needles that Clemens provided.
Watch this now.
With needles that Clemens provided. Each incident Clemens provided. Each incident took place in Clemens' apartment.
It never happened. Never happened. And if I have these needles and these steroids and all these drugs, where did I get them? Where's the person that gave them to me? Please come forward.
That guy cracks me up, man.
McNamee injected Clemens.
I can't handle
McNamee injected Clemens
There's
approximately 4 times in the buttocks over a several-week period with needles that Clemens provided. Each incident took place in Clemens' apartment. McNamee injected Clemens approximately 4 times in the buttocks over a several-week period with needles that Clemens provided. Each incident took.
Okay. All right, I did not pull this clip, but I want to talk about just before Lady Gaga walks away from Bradley Cooper and goes to sit down, she touches her stomach. And I see people on the internet, and I don't know if you're one of them, saying, is she pregnant with Bradley Cooper's baby? What? No. I think about it. She's a singer. She may, I don't know. I didn't ask her. She may just be touching her diaphragm because 10 seconds later, not even 5 seconds later, she walks over to the piano and starts singing. She could be mentally getting ready for the performance of a lifetime, for this. This song was up for an award, which she won the Oscar moments after this performance. She touches her stomach here. So maybe she's just simply touching her diaphragm. We don't know, but to say that she's pregnant with Bradley Cooper's baby would be awesome. I would love that. I don't think that that's what it is, though. Sorry. If you think that that's what it is, I think you might be wrong on that one. Last but not least, here as we begin to wind down, when I introduce you my special guest is this. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga have electric chemistry, no doubt. You don't have to be a celebrity lie detector to see this. Anyone can see this. It's palpable. We can feel it. And I especially love this part at the end. It's Bradley Cooper opens his eyes first. Lady Gaga waits just a brief second, and then she has this slow smile that just comes across her face. These are the most genuine smiles, and not like, hi everyone, I'm here. I think so many people do this fake smile when they walk into a room, but this genuine smile slowly appears on her face. What a beautiful moment this is. It's just a beautiful, beautiful moment. Now, many people are like, oh, get a room. Celebrities are coming out saying, I felt uncomfortable with this performance. You know, this is ridiculous, right in front of, I think her name's Arena. Is it Arena, his girlfriend? I say her name wrong, but Bradley Cooper's girlfriend was sitting right between Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper in the front row there. And Bradley Cooper reached out and grabbed Lady Gaga's hand coming up. Incidentally, there's video footage taken from the audience, and Bradley Cooper's girlfriend, the mother of his little daughter, his toddler daughter, is the first person to stand, I want you to notice when I play this clip, I'm gonna play it several times. They have this amazing moment, and then Bradley Cooper like hits her head. I could be wrong. I'm just one person, just the celebrity lie detector. I think Bradley Cooper likes Lady Gaga like a sister, like a kid sister. I think he has so much admiration and respect in true, genuine, authentic, unconditional love for her. I think they're each other's people. I don't know if that makes sense. I think that they just get each other. You know, they just get each other. I do not think they're hooking up anytime soon. And I could be wrong. I think if Bradley's relationship goes south with the mother of his young daughter, maybe something could happen. I don't see this happening anytime soon. And if something ever happened with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, I would be surprised if it lasted long. I don't think they are couple material, even though they have this hot, amazing passion. And I'm just one person's opinion. What do you think? Do you think that they're going to hook up? Also, I think character-wise, both of these people have a lot of character. They have a lot of eyes on them right now. I think the last thing Lady Gaga is going to do is pull Angelina Jolie right here and steal the man away from the baby mama. Lady Gaga, I mean, look at her acceptance speech. I'll have to break her down another time. We'll do just a segment on Lady Gaga, except I'm the celebrity lie detector. I'd have to do the opposite because I love Lady Gaga. She's real. She's all about the underdog. She's vulnerable. She's just smart and strategic and unstoppable. And she takes her couple seconds that she has to thank anyone, to say any kind of message. And she doesn't slam the president or the political system. She takes a second to inspire people who are struggling. She takes her moment of fame to do what? To say, it's not about the award. It's not about the end game. It's about you trying over and over and over and over and over again. I have a mad love affair with Lady Gaga. I'll be shocked if she steals him away or does something that is not matched up with her character that we see today. So let's watch how they bang heads. I think that banging head thing is a friendly thing. Like, I'll bang heads with my sisters. I'll bang heads with my kids. I love you. I don't know if it's that head bang is romantic. Oh, one last point I want to make. In my experience, I'd like you to think about this. I used to work at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center for a little while at FLETC in Georgia. And when students would hook up, you could kind of tell, I was a teacher there, so you could tell that the flirting was happening. The guy and the girl would flirt together, they'd pass each other notes, they'd laugh, one person would get the other person a coffee or a bagel or cookies, and you'd see all this flirting. They'd sit right next to each other. They were like buds, right? Totally buds. And then all of a sudden one day, because the classes were 6 weeks long, all of a sudden one day, these two people who were like thick as thieves, best friends, are sitting at two different sides of the room. You know what we knew as instructors? They had sex last night. They totally hooked up. Something happens when people hook up, they all of a sudden stay their distance. This is what we saw with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. They were not flirting, walking on the red carpet, promoting Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They would always stay a couple feet apart or a couple inches apart. If they held on to each other, it'd be very distant and very stiff. They were overcompensating. We don't see any of that with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Why? Because I don't think they're fooling around everybody. I think what's happening here is they're having a mad love affair with each other as kindred spirits. Now, what I would be suspicious of is all of a sudden these these press junkets and all these videos and seeing them together, all of a sudden it disappears and they're clandestine, or we see them on a red carpet and they're being a little more cautious and a little more respectful. And then I'll say, yeah, they totally had sex. All right, let's watch this little head nod and then time for a special guest. This little head hit, not a head nod. Oh, this video. Oh, this song. All right, watch this. He looks at her. Oh, look at Lady Gaga. By the way, whether you're straight or gay, do you not fall in love with Lady Gaga at this point? Stunning, beautiful, just like 40s, 50s, 60s kind of feel that we have from her, right? Oh, wow. Horrible. You've never seen her look more beautiful. Beautiful. Look at the two of them. I know people are pulling for them to become a couple. I don't think you're going to see them get married and having babies together. I could be wrong. I was wrong about Jessica Simpson. All right, Bradley Cooper, when asked, I found this, when asked about Irina, his girlfriend, the baby mama, he says, oh, she's here somewhere. I did not see any hot spots here. I think that if he didn't have a good relationship with her, we would see some type of verbal or nonverbal hotspot, and we just don't see it. He goes, oh yeah, she's here with my mom. She's here with my mom. Very casual. It matches his baseline.
And how's Irina? How's the family doing?
They're all right here. Yeah, my mom's here. Irina's here. Yeah.
Your mom's here, and how is she
Irina's
enjoying
here.
this moment?
No
My mother's
overcompensating.
She's so nervous. Yeah.
Now, I will say there's a little hotspot here because he then, when he answers, he said, what? My mom's here and Irina's here. There's an order to things. We usually say the most important thing first. If you have 3 kids, I have 3 kids, Angus, Charlie, and Jack. You usually say them in the order that they were born. Angus is the oldest, then comes Charlie, then comes Jack. I have 3 sons, Angus, Charlie, and Jack. If my order changes, it indicates something to you. If I say I have 3 sons, Jack, Charlie, and Angus, well, why did Jack get the top slot? You could simply ask me, are you thinking about Jack? What's going on for Jack? And I might be on a trip for a speaking event. I'd be like, oh, today's Jack's birthday. Or, yeah, I'm worried about Jack because he went to the doctors this morning and they think he might have strep throat. The order will then change. O.J. Simpson, when asked about his marriage to Nicole after Nicole was murdered, said, we had a normal relationship. We had our downs and ups. What's wrong with that statement? We had our downs and ups. What's it supposed to be? You know, we had our ups and downs. So we were a normal couple. We had our normal fights. You know, we had our downs and ups. Thanks, OJ. We've got tons of OJ footage to show another time. All right, Bradley Cooper, I think you're legit, man. I have a lot of respect for you. Your daughter is really lucky to have such an amazing dad. Irina's lucky to hold on to you. I hope she hangs on to you for a while. And hey, it would be really fun to see if, in fact, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper ever hook up. Hey, I would love that to happen. I don't think it's happening anytime soon unless he organically ends his relationship with his baby mama, Irina. We'll see. Hey, free gift for you guys. If you didn't do this last week, I'd love for you to do this. What you do is you simply text the number 96,000 and you write in driver 18, all one word, and you get a free course. It's me doing a keynote in front of a couple thousand people. And it's all about the truth behind anger. The truth behind anger, it can be other things like sadness and fear and anxiety. And what do you do about it? And you yourself, are you afraid to be vulnerable? And as a result, you're angry all the time. Maybe it's just you're anxious or you're fearful or you're sad. And so if you want to build stronger relationships and healthier personal, professional partnerships, text 96,000 and write in driver 18. It's going to ask for your name and your email. Put it in. I'm not selling you anything just yet. You'll get this free course. You'll get this book, You Can't Lie to Me, a section of it, the section on 7 universal emotions. And then over here, I don't know if you can see my mug in front of you here. Off to the right, you'll get how to get people to call you back. And it's just a couple page, I think it's like 4-page little mini course on how do you get people to call you back. It's guaranteed to work one time if you've done your due diligence and this person can use your help or your service. They will call you back if you use this technique. And so do that. And I will let you know, the reason I said I'm not selling you anything yet is when my virtual training comes out, that level 7 out of reading and decoding and influencing human behavior, when that launches, I'll shoot you an email so you get a special discount because you follow me here. My name's Janine Driver. I'm the celebrity lie detector. I'm so excited you're here. Now you're wondering what's happening in next week's episode. All right. let's get to next week's episode after a quick review. Tonight, we talked about R. Kelly. We talked about his wishy-washy language and how statement analysis can say more than we think. We heard literally words that basically confesses wrapped in this little package of some uncertainty, but boom, the message is there that he did inappropriate things. I compared R. Kelly to who? Our friend Roger Clemens with that double talk. Andy Pennant, if I knowingly knew now what he knew then, knowing that, I can't even do it. I don't know, my brain's going to explode. And then I compared R. Kelly to who? Jerry Sandusky. When Jerry Sandusky and R. Kelly are both asked, did you have inappropriate relationships with young people? Children is what we're talking about here. Children. We're talking about children. The reason the reporters dumb it down and don't say children is because they want these people to talk. They want them to talk. It is sexual abuse of children. We then got out of all that mumbo jumbo and we went to the red carpet talking about Ryan Seacrest and this weird holding thing that he was doing just to a couple people I found. I watched over and over and over. I only saw it with these 3 people that I highlighted with you, but it just stood out to me. Maybe it's overcompensating. Like, I don't really know what to do because last year's big drama, 2018, where there was a sexual harassment charge that seemed to just disappear, by the way. And then Lady Gaga, that you've been waiting for, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. I do not think they're cheating. I do not think they're having an affair. I think they're having a mental love affair with each other. I do think they would have amazing chemistry. However, I do not think if they become a couple, it would last long term and then have a family together. I just don't. But it would be fun to see them together, although I'm pro-family, so I'm hoping Bradley and his baby mama work it out. And last but not least, when they knock on that head at the very end, I believe that this is more, it's endearing, it's friendly, it's something that you do with the kids. You know, I love you, kiddo. I love you. It's very endearing, like friends would do. All right, we hung out on the 7 levels of reading influencing human behavior down here, levels 1, 2, and 3. Next week, coming our way. It's called The Red Table. Are you following this? My college roommate Dodo told me all about it. The Red Table with Jada Pinkett. It's 3 generations. Jada, her mother, her daughter. Amazing. I've not watched this show. I can't wait to weigh in. They are going to be having this week, I believe it's this week, Jordan Woods. If you're not familiar with Jordan Woods, hit Google. She was a family friend of the Kardashians, and the Kardashians have, anyone's a part of their life, they have them in lockdown with this unbelievable document they have to sign that they can't reveal anything. So the Kardashians, from what I read today online, are not happy that Jordan Woods is going on this show here on Facebook. It's called The Red Table. I'm going to be analyzing Jordan Woods. She hooked up with someone in the family, one of the Kardashians' baby daddies. Big no-no. The Kardashians have outed Jordan Woods. Let's hear what she has to say. She has to be careful because she's under this confidentiality agreement. And last but not least, I'm going to bring in my special guest and then read a couple questions you guys have online. Here's my special guest. His name is Chris Ulrich.
Hello, everybody.
Ulrich. Chris is a fellow body language expert. He worked for Al Gore when Al Gore was vice president of the United States of America. And I'll put Chris on the big screen. Chris, I would love for Chris to weigh in because next week we'll be talking about, I don't know if Chris will be with me or not, but for sure I'll be talking about this guy, Michael Cohen. Chris, I didn't get time to watch him today. I know he was on the stand. What happened? Can we get a teaser?
Falling into jail. Is where Michael Cohen is headed in several months. Yeah, he's in the process. He was called before the Oversight Committee and where he testified at length. It was like I watched the first couple hours and then intermittently over the course of the day. Bottom line, Janine, is if Democrats were using it as an opportunity to give him a chance to share his take. Republicans were using it as an opportunity to discredit.
Well, who is he? Who is Michael Cohen?
Right. Michael Cohen was the former personal attorney to President Trump.
Okay.
His guy, his fixer, as he is referred to. He's the guy that you call at 3M. He's his Michael Clayton. If you're not sure of Michael Clayton, look up Michael Clayton. It's the
You're hitting the table and bouncing my camera.
Movie with, sorry, I'm all over the place. It's me. It's a movie with George Clooney, and he plays this role as the fixer for a firm. This is Michael Cohen's role for the president, and for a very long time served him well. Yeah. And then there
didn't he say he would do anything, like fall on the sword for him?
He would also take a bullet for him. Yeah. And you know, if you watch elements of him introducing President Trump and candidate Trump, he would always refer to him as a man of honor and integrity.
So he was he made to go up onto the Hill today? Is that required?
No, he wasn't. Yeah, he was not subpoenaed to arrive. He agreed to testify.
Okay.
And so this is one of the hearings that the House Oversight Committee, run by Elijah Cummings, who also was the gentleman you saw earlier, who was interviewing or who Roger Clemens spoke to.
Oh, okay,
before,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
A much younger version of Elijah Cummings. He's now 68 years old, and ran this kind of testimony or this hearing. Sorry.
So any body language or word choices that you think that I'll be highlighting for next week, or you can share real quick?
do. Just real briefly, a couple things pop into my mind. One, you always talk, Janine, tell us about what liars tell us what they're not versus someone truthful telling us what they are.
Yeah, like Nixon said, I'm not a crook.
Right.
That's like me saying, I am not the mother of 16 daughters. No, I say I'm the mother of 3 sons. We tell people who we are.
Right. So with Michael Cohen, it's mixed. There are moments where I think he is telling the truth. There are also moments where it's questionable. There's more to the story there. There's internal dialogue. There's maybe some minimizing language going on amongst other elements. But he does take a moment here and he says, I am responsible. I am remorseful. Right? I am responsible for my mistakes and I am remorseful. Now, what we don't know is
all these notes Chris has. There's tons.
What he is remorseful for.
Yes.
Was it being caught? Was it that he's the guy carrying the bag? He feels left out, that Trump left him out to dry.
Okay.
There are those elements. And then we see elements of genuine sadness. You talk about micro-expressions in your book that you kindly give to everybody. Check that out because it's 7 universal emotions and something called micro-expressions. These are emotions that happen on the face 1/15 of a second. And you'll see a flurry of these with Michael Cohen. And there are times they're congruent with his body language, and there are times where he's somewhat evasive or not telling the ultimate truth. And it comes up a lot when he's being really called out by Republicans. They really take him to the out to the what is it called? The woodshed or something.
The ringer.
Yeah, they run him to the ringer. But there's one last moment. There's a powerful moment at the end. He's going back and forth with a congressman. It's like Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. But it's like literally that intense. And Gozer is calling him out for being a liar. He even has this giant sign.
I saw a sign.
Yeah, giant sign says, liar, liar, pants on fire. And so
I thought someone edited that in.
Right, I did too. So, but and then what Michael Cohen has this really calm moment where he says, listen, this was the kind of stuff I would do. This is what I would do to protect the president. I would do silly things like you're doing here in Congress. I would go all out to make sure that he was being taken care of. I would use whatever means necessary
to protect him.
And this is my note to all of you: be careful, because our democracy is at stake. And by pointing them out and tying him into them, it's a powerful moment of calling them out for not grilling him with questions, rather than grilling him much more about his his integrity or his truthfulness, which we know he is not. He's a liar. He has lied to Congress. He has lied to the American people. And at the same time, he's also has moments of here where he's telling the truth, and it's reflected in the testimony. So it's a mixed bag with Michael Cohen, and he's someone that would be a fascinating body language study. So I hope you'll join Janine next week when they pop.
Let me tell you, there's going to be none of this enthusiasm Chris is bringing your way. Chris is a fellow body language expert, keynote speaker. SeeYouInTheMoment.com. See the letter, Chris Ulrich, InTheMoment.com. I will not have that kind of enthusiasm. As a matter of fact, I told Chris he needs to create his own Facebook Live show because I don't like politics. See the CLD? There's no P there. So celebrity lie detector. I like celebrities. I want to know, is Jenna Aniston ever going to become a mom? I've always liked celebrities. It's my jam. I like celebrities. I don't mind talking a little bit about some politicians if they're funny and animated and they're interesting to analyze. Otherwise, this stuff up on the hill is wicked boring to me. I want to shoot my head off. It's so boring. So Chris loves it. Hopefully he has a show. I'll promote him. I'm not going to be talking about the president. I'm not going to be talking about a lot of politicians here. Very rarely. It's not my cup of tea. I'll bring in a politician every now and then to back up a celebrity. So I'll talk about a celebrity and then show you a politician. I will highlight a little bit with Michael Cohen next week, but it's just not my thing. I hate politics. So
a couple of quick thoughts. One is what great hand you're in. I just sat next to Janina. She walked you through an incredible piece here from R. Kelly to Lady Gaga to Ryan Seacrest. It's fantastic. And the thing to remember here, about this, whether it's Michael Cohen or any of these folks. When I'm talking about politicians, we're talking about celebrities, we're talking about CEOs, is there's a lot to learn from them. What they're doing with their body language. How are they setting themselves? What are they telling us without telling us, showing us with their body language without saying a word? And for us, how are we coming across in our everyday when we're the boss or we're talking to our boss? Or so, as much as we're also talking about language, we're also talking about what are they doing that reflects positive body language or body language that could be undermining it in the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
So you'll learn, and you're just a celebrity. Well, I don't want to say Jets. You are a celebrity lie detector in training. All right. What do I have as I say my goodbyes?
Thanks, everybody.
All right, here, everybody. My job, boom, is done here. I can't believe you guys stuck in here. God love you. How long was this baby? I don't even know. Probably an hour and a half. I'm going to try to get it down to an hour. A lot to cover. I gotta trim back. Special thanks to my special guest, Chris Ulrich. And I can't wait to see you guys next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, Jordan Woods, Michael Cohen, and surprise celeb guests will be analyzed. And I say surprise, I don't even know. It's a surprise for me because we get to see what happens between now and next Wednesday. If something even breaks Wednesday morning, it'll be on here. My name's Janine Driver. Please share this on your page below every week, Wednesday, Facebook Live. If you found this valuable, share it. Oh, I forgot to answer your questions. Stand by. I got to answer some questions. Hold on. I promised I would do this. Do you have it on Facebook here?
Questions?
Yeah, but I just don't want the sound on because then you're going to hear us. All right. Just before we go. Oh, yeah. Let's bring that back. Hold on. We can't end just yet. We can't end. Hold on. Here. Oh, here's some questions. Here we go. All right. All right. And by the way, if I answer your question, you got to send me a private comment here on Facebook so I can send you a celebrity lie detector in training hat. 318 comments. Holy Toledo. See, this is what I didn't want. This is why I don't like talking about politics. See, Chris went a little political here and calling him a liar. Now everyone is lighting up my celebrity lie detector thing with Trump's a liar. We hate Trump. I don't want to hear your opinion about Trump. I don't want to hear it. Go create your own Facebook Live show. This is not a political forum. I don't want to hear it. I was really nice and polite when I talked about Hillary Clinton and being naked in the shower with her. Okay, so rope it in of your hate for the president. I just don't want to hear it here. If I hear it in my post below, I'm going to hit delete on your comment. I don't want to hear it. Follow his show when he gets his own shows. Wicked irritating to me. This is celebrity lie detector. You going to chime in here?
I was just going to say it's, keeping in mind, how do we watch these folks? What do we learn from them? And be careful of our bias, whether we like or don't like that political figure or the celebrity or whatever. For us, if we're going to be effective at reading body language and being effective at detecting deception, we need to kind of keep our biases in check and analyze this as much as possible. Be aware of our biases and bring that objectivity to our work.
Yeah, well, Dana just said, Dana Hertig McCool said, this is not a place to bash our president. Fool, yeah, thank you. That's not what this is about. Celebrities, I love it. We can bash a little bit of them and send them some love too. When are you coming to San Jose? Rhonda Sellen's asking me. Thanks, Chris. People liked your feedback. Can't wait to watch. Just sat down, came in at the end. Well, Jill Young Butterfly, I'm so happy you're here. Butterly, I said butterfly, Butterly. Go Janine, right, Chris, but it's hard. Susan's watching. Oh my gosh, there's so many here. I'll read your questions a little later, but I'm so happy they're coming in, and I'll pick someone to win a hat. All right, from the headquarters, Celebrity Lie Detector headquarters outside of Washington, D.C. My name's Janine Driver. This is Chris Ulrich. I'm your Celebrity Lie Detector. Janine. Thanks for being here, and I will see you guys next week. I love you. Thanks for being here. See you next week. Give it out. Give it out, John. I need to go back.
Take care.
It's just on loop. It's never gonna stop.
No problem.
It's never gonna stop. It's gonna loop all night long.
Good night, everybody.
I love you guys. Good job, Chrissy. Woo! Remember this dance from the 80s?
You'll be all night.
Terry Jason. Yeah, my high school friend. do that all the time. Love ya. Have a great day tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Eventually, I'm going to say goodbye. I promise.
Please say goodbye.
I promise.
Help her say
goodbye.
goodbye.